Okay, so the George Soros, David Rockefeller funded Media Matters, who attacks me every week, but of this group of sites funded by these government-funded groups, I'm attacked almost every day now. And you can read the story up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. We link through to it. And they say in here that we are lying and that we are insane, that we are dangerous, and that there is no plan for a civilian national security force. That's a quote from the article. And that it's just complete lies. And they say Limbaugh is insane, I am insane, Glenn Beck is insane. And, you know, even if Limbaugh defends the Republican Party a lot of times when he shouldn't, whenever that group's in power, it doesn't matter. Obama gave scores of speeches calling for a civilian, work brigade and military force. We're going to play a clip of it in a minute. Rahm Emanuel wrote a book about it. They've introduced 4 different bills. One of them passed with language to set up the federal body to begin the preparations for compulsory service. We've read the sections about national service for anybody in high school, college, 3 months of military training every summer. I'm going to play these clips right now of the White House Chief of Staff on C-SPAN and Obama on C-SPAN. Now, they just say we're insane liars and then link to our articles where InfoWars has it posted. I mean, that'd be like if I said the sun is in the sky right now over the central time zone, and you walk outside at 4:49 and 10 seconds, and the sun is in the sky. And that'd be like Media Matters saying, no, it's not true. And I've got all the videos of AmeriCorps and Secure Corps, of the division of it, and the kids training with M16s to, quote, take on the militias. And it's in the New York Times. Oh, look at our new youth brigades training with Homeland Security to take on the right-wing terrorists. I mean, you can't make this up. It's true. It started under Bush Sr., under Clinton, Bush Jr., and now it's exploded. They're really setting this up. I mean, in fact, we should cue up the trailer. It's up on the main page of Infowars.com. We should cue up the trailer because it has the clip of it in there of City Year, one of the group David Gergen runs, the Republican who, quote, handles the Democrats, Richard Nixon's minion, with them in black and red uniforms doing military drills and saying they're fierce. And going out and beating people up, the Obama supporters. In fact, I was on Daily Kos, and the very union that has their thugs beating up anybody that goes to town halls is the one advertising. I mean, these people are getting federal money. Acorn's getting $2 billion. This is Chicago mafia tactics. And I, as a red-blooded American, am not putting up with it. But look, go read Media Matters story. Front page right now, Media Matters, saying none of these youth brigades exist. Then link through to the very link they have on there, and it's not us saying it. It's the president and his chief of staff. Here is the president. Here is Barack Obama talking about a civilian force as big as the Pentagon. Here it is.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
Now, I have 3 mainstream news articles that I printed off PrisonPlanet.com and Infowars today where they're announcing local tattletale squads to look for extremists. The TSA's on the streets of America now looking for spies, federal spies. Homeland Security said that 7 years ago that they were going to expand out to the shopping malls and everywhere else. It's happening. It's bipartisan. Now, that isn't enough for you. We can play clip after clip of Obama saying it. That's one of the more famous ones. I've got a bunch of new ones in my upcoming film, Fall the Republic, about Obama. Let's go to Rahm Emanuel. This is the chief of staff on C-SPAN saying it. Here he is. All right, and the video's got some text at the front. What did Barack Obama mean when he said that we're going to have a national security force. This is Rahm Emanuel, C-SPAN. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Congressman Rahm Emanuel has been picked by Barack Obama to be his White House chief of staff.
And now you have a book with the ambitious title of The Plan. The word universal comes through a lot. Universal will scare some people. They will think big government program. The idea of universal citizen service. You have to participate.
Citizenship is not an entitlement program. It comes with responsibilities. Everybody somewhere between the ages of 18 and 25 will serve 3 months of basic training and understanding in a kind of civil defense. That universal sense of service, somewhere between ages 18 and 25, will give Americans, once again, a sense of what they are to be American and their contribution to a country and a common experience. And you look at World War II, well, that was a draft, but this is not a draft, it's a universal service. It is not an accident that we started our big march towards civil rights and expanding post-World War II, because the country came through an experience together.
So is this compulsory then?
Well, you have to, in the sense, it's required of everybody, 18 to 25, 3 months, because I think anytime somebody serves their country in some capacity, we're going to be stronger for it.
And he goes on in his book saying I'll have to do jumping jacks and work out.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
Now, living in the USSR, back in the USSR, you don't know how lucky you are. This is the new civil rights, and in his book, and then in the 4 bills they've introduced, we barely got it stripped out where it would automatically say all high school kids, including homeschool, have to serve starting in junior high from 8th grade to when they get out, and then 2 years of college, 3 months. And by the way, that clip we found on YouTube that Kurt linked to in the article, that's nothing. On YouTube and Google, there's the whole C-SPAN interview where he says, yes, you'll be in uniforms, you'll do jumping jacks, you'll get up at 6 a.m. I mean, this is, you heard him, compulsory, required. Now, here's Media Matters. Media Matters says that none of this exists. In fact, Hartman, what I want you to do is I want you to go to the InfoWars article, Media Matters hit piece, and you can just link through to the Oliver Williams story. And then that'll be the current one. I want people to actually see, because we're also simulcasting right now at prisonplanet.tv. If you're a radio listener and you keep hearing me say, I want people to see this. That's what's so great about this being in a TV station format, radio/TV, is I can show people this who are watching at prisonplanet.tv, and then it's ripped to the 4 winds on the internet while it's still open and free for a few years, maybe more, before the government launches a false flag on the internet and shuts it down in the name of saving it. But yeah, Glenn Beck mainstreams fringe conspiracy theories, and then it goes on to say Glenn Beck copies me, which is the only truthful thing in this whole article, and talks about the delusions that I've been warning about for years of forced national conscription and paramilitary teams. All I'm doing is reading the bills. In fact, I didn't even print this for the show today. Google this next, Hartman. For people out there listening, do it yourselves. New bill forces national service. New bill has, and then I'll give you the latest bill number. They passed one. They passed a bill 2 months ago that says that they're setting up the federal agency to set up the compulsory service. But they've got other bills in there that state it will be compulsory service. And you just heard the White House Chief of Staff. You just heard Obama. Now, again, they think you're stupid when Media Matters puts up articles. I mean, it's Media Matters that says Rush Limbaugh is a liar. And I got to tell you, I read Media Matters every week to see what they're up to over the last decade. 90+% of the time, they're lying about Rush Limbaugh, and Rush Limbaugh's telling the truth. Let me tell you what Rush Limbaugh lies about. He lies about the Republican Party being good. He lies about them not tripling the size of government. He lies about how they're going to save us and how the war on terror is real. But he tells the truth about big government and gun grabbing and open borders. And that's why they don't like him. Because compared to George Soros and David Rockefeller, Rush Limbaugh is a great guy. That's why they don't like him. Because he's not totally sold out to the New World Order. He doesn't fit into their program. We're going to come back after the news. I'm going to finish up with this and then start taking your phone calls. Our phone system's down for some reason. That's fine. I can talk for 10 hours. You know that, folks. We'll be right back. Stay with us. PrisonPlanet.tv. We're live streaming TV right now. We're going to let you hear what Limbaugh has to say about this with Glenn Beck on the other side. Sounds like the Alex Jones show. And Michael Savage says Obama's going to stage terror attacks, and I agree with him. That's the only way this criminal is going to get what he wants. Stay with us. The truth is coming out. The people are waking up. We're ending the left-right paradigm.